Ready to go? All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you all here. We're going to get some rain. It's going to be a beautiful day with the rain. Lovely to see you all. Just want to remind you, my name is Sue Hooper. I am a practitioner here at Centers for Spiritual Living in Minneapolis. We welcome you who are sitting in this room. Welcome you who are watching from home or wherever you may be watching from. Let's start with our statement of truth. Our statement of truth is, there is a power for good in the universe, and you can consciously use it. And our mission is to teach, demonstrate, and empower a positive spiritual approach to living. And it really helps. Now's a good time to check your cell phones, make sure they're off. And we have a song from Victoria and Scott.
Good morning. All right, here's a little God is my source. Feel free to sing along. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Love gives me everything I need. Joy is my source. Joy is my power. Joy gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need. Joy gives me everything I need.
Yes. Thank you, Victoria and Scott. Great way to start. All right, I'd like to invite you all right now to take a big deep breath. Let go of any negative energy. Maybe the dogs were barking an hour before you had to get up. Maybe a car cut you off on the way here today. Let that energy go. Maybe if you forgot the prayer that you wrote at home last night, trying to remember it, let that go. I invite you to open your hearts and take another deep breath and breathe in Spirit, breathe in God, breathe in joy and love and peace. Feel that energy. It makes me excited. Bodhi feels it. I invite you now to open your heart to what you'll hear this morning in song and in Reverend Joanne's talk. May it sustain us throughout the day. And so it is. Let's do our group reading that's in the flyer, the pamphlet today. If you don't have one, Celeste has them over on the table there. I'll do a little song and dance here for a second. Right inside the front cover, in the box, is our group reading. And here we go. I am ready to deepen my conviction in the power and presence for good. I am ready to apply it in my daily life. I am ready to receive God's highest blessings. I am ready to live from a higher level of beingness. I am ready to be a transformative light in the world. I'd now like to invite Colleen up to light the flames of faith. This center is based on the knowledge that there is one great universal presence, and we acknowledge that there are multiple names and paths to this one which unifies us. not divides us. Please join me as we honor the unifying nature of spiritual thought and experiences as we light the flames of faith, acknowledging all people in all faiths. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We will light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. I invite you now to take a moment and light the candle within for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of wholeness, oneness, and mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. Thank you, Colleen. Joan, come on up. Joan has our reading today.
I remembered my glasses, so that's really always a good step in the right. I know I can always borrow Sue's if I need to, so we've done that before. All right, this is from the Science of Mind magazine, August 2023. It's got a lot of great articles. This is called Dig into Your Spiritual Toolbox. Here are some tools you can use to explore your special calling. Daydream. Dreaming and imagining are fantastic tools. Goof around and allow yourself a chance to daydream every single day. You will find it productive and valuable. Using guided meditation. Go to YouTube or Insight Timer, that was a new one for me, and search for Finding Your Purpose. You'll find many meditations to choose from. Be still and listen to the spirit within. Get quiet and listen. Know that you are always guided, and spirit will prompt you to find your highest calling. Just ask. Engage in a life visioning process. Let a friend guide you to vision on your purpose in life. Listen to spirit and be open to guidance. This is a powerful process outlined in detail by Michael Bernard Beckwith that you can explore in books, recordings, and a CSL class called Visioning, a Way of Life. Create a vision board for joy. Find images or words on the internet or from magazines or calendars. I always use calendars. I have fish and all sorts of things they send me taped to my wall in front of me as I sit at my desk. Cut out what speaks to your heart and soul and put them together on a big piece of paper. Place it where you see it frequently to amplify your joy and passion. Make a soul collage card. This was a new one. This is a sacred art journey, though you don't have to be an artist. You could create your card about your purpose and what brings you joy. Find a facilitator either locally or online to guide you. Write in your journal. Explore more of what your soul calls you to do by writing about any of the exercises listed here or others that can enhance your joy. Explore and discover. Each week, let yourself enjoy one new thing that brings you joy. Say that one again. Each week, let yourself enjoy one new thing that brings you joy. Craft a purpose statement. In The Universe Has Your Back, Gabriel Bernstein suggests this purpose statement: I am ready to learn through love. Be playful, receptive, and create your own purpose statement. When you get silent and listen, what unique purpose overflows in your heart? Give yourself the gift of a daily gratitude practice. You will find joy in the process of remembering all the things you can be thankful for and shifting energy in that direction. Read books on finding your purpose. Here are just a few I recommend. Creative Mind and Success by Ernest Holmes, Spiritual Growth by Sanaya Roman, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabriel Bernstein, and The Path Made Clear by Oprah Winfrey. Delve into what sparks your passion and share it with the world. Each of us can affect the world positively by doing what makes our hearts come alive. Be playful and free. Open your heart to be more loving and kinder. Discover what makes you sizzle. Your purpose is to be joyful. Your purpose is to live with ease. Your purpose is to surrender to the love of the universe so you can live a happy life. Accept the purpose of love, and your life will radically change this instant. Gabriel Bernstein.
Health, wholeness, and happiness. Health, wholeness, and happiness. Praise the good and raise the world with health, wholeness, and happiness. Wealth, wonder, and willingness. Wealth, wonder, and willingness. Praise the good and raise the world with wealth, wonder, and willingness. Love, laughter, and letting go. Love, laughter, and letting go. Praise the good and raise the world with love, laughter, and letting go.
Thank you, Victoria and Scott, and thank you, Joan. And now the lovely and loved Reverend Joanne.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good to see you all here. Yeah, I really love this magazine this month, and if you don't have it, you can buy it usually at Barnes & Noble. So it's worth picking up. There is Chris. Welcome back. Good to see you. So we're talking about passion and purpose this month, and so the whole magazine is devoted to that. Really good articles. My talk today is called Percolating Your Passion of Purpose. So this is a big day today. My daughter Chris is having her birthday today. Woo-hoo. I was hoping that we were going to be celebrating with a friend of mine from Boulder, Colorado. She was going to come in and celebrate with us and spend some time. And she texted a few days ago and said she's got COVID. So that was the end of that. But I'm thinking of her, and I'm going to be mentioning her passion a little bit in this talk today. So I love this theme, my passion, my purpose, and don't you just love to be around people who have a passion? I mean, look at Mark. He's fun to be around. He's got a passion. I mean, as we get to know each other, we see what people's passion are, and it's fun to be with people who are passionate. I think that the reason is, I think that what's happening is people who are passionate are allowing the Spirit, our Creator, that Spirit, that's all there is, to experience life in, through, and as them. You know, that's what I think. I'm thinking maybe that's what we're here for. Maybe we're here to just be a vehicle for that Spirit to experience life. And why not be passionate about life? Like Mark, I have a girlfriend who was married to this guy. He's in another realm at this time, but he was nuts about these race cars. Now, he liked the ones with those great big tires on the back and then the little skinny nose. Is that a dragster or A dragster, yeah. And that's what he liked. And he owned a bunch of them, and they lived in California, and so they'd take these dragsters, and he had a few of them, and they'd take them to these various racetracks in California. Now, my girlfriend is like, not like that. But she did like her cats, and they did have an RV. So sometimes they'd take the RV and the cats, and they'd go to the races. She wouldn't get out of the RV. But it was fun for her, too, just to be around family and stuff. So I loved the fact that Ron was so passionate about these race cars. I mean, he was just alive, and it's fun to be around people like that. One of the things that, one of the quotes I found today was from a woman named Marie Kondo. Now, Marie Kondo is the woman that writes books about organizing your life, organizing your house, et cetera, et cetera. But she says this: let every decision you make, every goal you set, and every aspect of your life be guided by what sparks joy. How fun is that? You know, I'm always encouraged when I remember that God is not going to steer me in a direction that I don't find exciting and lovely. I'm not ever going to be an IT person. That's not what God has in mind for me. And I appreciate that. I just know that that's not my calling, and I'll do something else. My friend Margie, the one from Boulder, when we went to high school together, when we were in high school, for some reason she was sent to this conference about don't smoke. And this was in the 60s. And of course, you know, we kind of knew don't smoke, but not really. It was still pretty cool. And so she came back, and she was on fire. We are not smoking. None of you are smoking. You got to quit smoking. That is no good. I saw the x-rays. I saw the lung x-rays. I saw what they do. And she would go on and on. And to the point where we were, you know, kind of teasing her a little bit because she's like over the top. And she didn't even notice it. I mean, so passionate she was, she didn't even notice she was getting teased a little bit. But we all still respected what she was doing because it was from the heart. It was her passion. And that was a wonderful thing. Another quote that I just ran into a couple days ago was by a guy named Joseph Addison. Now, this guy is from way back when, 1672 he was born. And he was an Englishman, he was an essayist, he was a poet, a playwright, a politician. And he wrote this: joy comes into our life when we have something to do, something to love, and something to hope for. Are these just, don't they just kind of grab you? I mean, these are going in my quote book, and I know Colleen does a little accumulation and puts them on cards and in books, and these are just really inspirational for me. Now, last week, Debbie was talking about, you know, think back about your youth. What did you enjoy as a youth? Because a lot of times what we enjoyed as kids somehow translates a little bit to what we end up doing as adults. And we were having a great conversation. We should do more of this, maybe even a little structured. Debbie was saying that when she was a little girl, she would line her dolls up in the corner of the basement in her space, and, you know, guess what? She was teaching them. And I think that, now, did I ever preach? I probably did. I think I did. I remember some sort of a black cape, and I believe it was my preacher cape. So as we look back at what gave us joy and what we enjoy doing, when did time stop? You know, when did you just lose track of it? You just lose track of what time it is because you're so involved in something that you so much love. And how wonderful to take that stuff that we enjoyed as a child and bring it to our adulthood and really get excited about what we're doing. Now, remember I told you I wouldn't forget to keep telling you about Ernest Holmes' Foundry, the factory? Okay, I'm telling you again, but I'm going to tell you where you find it so that in the event I don't tell you for a while, you can look it up. Third chapter of the Science of Mind text, pages 47 and 48. And what he's talking, and this was so meaningful to me, this made sense to me. I could really get my arms around this. He said, think about a foundry, and you got these big vats, and in the vat they put the hard pig iron, then they put the big fire underneath. I'm not sure how they do this, but put the fire on, melt that pig iron until it's liquid. Then they have a mold. What is it that they want that liquid to form? Whatever they're making in that foundry. In our lives, we aren't responsible for the vat or the fire or the pig iron. We are responsible for the mold. What is it I want? What is it I want in my life? Do I want financial abundance? Do I want a healed relationship? Do I want some healing in my physical body? Do I want direction, my career? What is it that I want? That's what our job is. That's all we have to do, make that mold. And as Ernest Holmes would say, that's all we're selling. That's all we're selling. This is, you know, it's relatively simple. That we know there's a power in the universe greater than we are, and we can consciously use it. We use it by making that mold. As we create a divine mental mold, the universe responds with an equivalent physical manifestation. That could be another quote. As we create a divine mental mold, the universe responds with an equivalent physical manifestation. What we think about, we bring about. And this is the point of view of science of mind, this philosophy that we embrace. And just to expand on that point of view, we can be mesmerized or we can be malnourished by all the stuff coming at us, the news, the newspapers, negativity where we work. We could go that way, or as we focus on our passion, be it race cars or be it helping somebody quit smoking or be it working with prisons or AA and Al-Anon. Allison, one of the women that comes here real often, she feels like she was spiritually encouraged, induced to travel. She's off in Europe somewhere, I forget where, but she felt like this was part of her journey, that she was going to come back with a clear head and really hit her focus when she got here. So wherever this focus or our passion takes us, could be travel, could be indulging our grandchildren for a while, could be gardening, whatever it is, by becoming aware of what we are giving our attention to, we make this first conscious step. That conscious step, setting an intention, making that mold. And then the percolation of our passion begins when we spend time thinking about this idea, about our intention. That's when we start percolating. In prac training, I just clearly remember, set your intention with feeling, and that will equal manifestation. Pretty simple. Set your intention with feeling, and that will equal your manifestation. Intentions and feeling what it would be like. This is something that, who was saying something about daydreaming this morning that was in the reading. What a wonderful thing to be told to do. We're not told sit down and put ashes on you and beat yourself. We're not told to do that. We're told to use our imaginations and be jubilant. Get excited about what our intentions are. When you think about athletes and some of the training they go through nowadays, you know, they're told, the guy that wants to hit the home runs, he visualized standing at home plate, holding that bat in a certain stance, watching that bat hit the ball, seeing the ball go over the wall, feeling that feeling, seeing himself running around the bases, doing the crazy stuff they do. The guy that's playing tennis, he imagines over and over throwing that ball up, wham, he's hitting an ace that opponent is not going to be able to return. Feels good. He sees it over and over and over again. Gets that feeling, that powerful feeling that, yeah, I can overpower that guy. That feels pretty good. Or the marathoner seeing herself or himself crossing that finish line, first one, yay, sees that, plants those seeds. When I do a prayer call with a friend of mine every day, and she says a prayer, I say a prayer, and then after we're done praying, I like to say, now let's just take a moment and embrace the feeling that our answered prayer elicits. Let's just take a moment. And so we sit there for 1 minute and embrace the feeling that our answered prayer elicits. So our passions and our feelings serve as inspiration for our purpose. So when I was first introduced to Science of Mind, and I was introduced by a wholesaler coming into our brokerage office, and he was telling us how to sell oil and gas programs, but at the end he held a magazine like this up and he said, I want to preach to you, but this magazine is very powerful for helping you goal set and keeping you positive. And out of a room full of 25, 30 brokers, Dee Ray and I were the only women, and guess who bit? Me and Dee. And we stayed bitten. So I got a hold of that magazine, and I had been searching. I had been struggling with my faith. I believed there was a power. I didn't have words for it. I knew there was God, but he was way up there, and he's usually mad at me, and I usually wasn't good enough, and I knew I was a poor, miserable sinner. I knew all this stuff. And I was going to church every Sunday, confessing all this stuff that I didn't really believe. It didn't feel very good at all. It's very harmful to do that. I didn't know what else to do. I didn't know about unity. I didn't know Science of Mind. I didn't know any of that. I didn't know Ernest Holmes. I guess I was a little sheltered, but I did not know there were some alternatives. I knew there were different synods, and I considered, switching synods, going to one that was a little less fundamental. And anyway, when I saw this magazine, I read this magazine, that's what I believe. I believe this I can embrace, this I can put my arms around. I was so excited about it, and Dee was too. We both just got very involved in figuring out what to do next. We didn't have a center to go to, but we would go into a conference room at 9:30 every morning, and we would pray. And we would try to pray like they prayed in here. We didn't know the 5 steps, but we knew it should be in first person and it should be positive. And so it was what we could do, and it was. There was a lot of passion there, but where was the purpose? I was just so happy and so relieved to not be under that horrible umbrella of fear and worry about what do I believe, what is going on. And so in my case, my purpose evolved. As I continued to take classes and learn things and this and that, then it became clear, I believe, my job, even right now, is to be simply a messenger of this philosophy of Science of Mind to seekers, people who, I'm not looking to convert anybody that feels comfortable in their current faith, not at all, because guess what? I don't believe they're going to go burn in hell. So I don't have any urgency for that. But I do have an urgency to say, if you want control over your life and you want to live a life of joy and fun and stuff, yeah, we got we got a good idea here, and we can share it with you. So this to me is my purpose. There's another example I want to tell you about. There's this woman named Mary Manat, and she was kind of like my friend Margie. She was very love the earth, you know, kind of a tree hugger kind of a person, really. Yeah, she was an activist, and she was all excited about stuff. And she found this arena that was having this speaker, and the speaker's name was Julia Butterfly. And this was going to allow this Mary to just be in her element, because Julia Butterfly was the woman, you may remember this. She sat in a redwood tree for 738 days. She chained herself to this redwood tree for 738 days so that Pacific Lumber Company wouldn't cut it down. I don't know the end of the story.
The end of the story's cool.
Okay, all right. So she was the speaker, and Mary was so excited to be there. Well, Julia chastised these people. She says, here you are in this arena. You want to save the earth. Look what a mess you are making here. You are littering. You're going to leave this place in terrible shape. Be ashamed of yourselves. So Mary went home crying. She thought, oh gosh, you know, I got to get better at this living stuff. So what happened is she let her feelings percolate. You know, she thought about for a while, and then she started a successful recycling company. It was very successful in California. Her passion after percolating became her purpose. And that's what I'm talking about today, is letting our passion lead us into our purpose. So we don't need to be saving the world, really. I mean, some of your passion, that might be your passion. I got to save the world. I've got to do these, you know, I've got to stop starvation. Some people are really honed in on these really big projects. Yet I think it would do us well to listen to the words of Howard Thurman. He says, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and do it. Because what the world needs is people who have come alive. I love that, Howard Thurman. So it can boil down to very simple actions that ripple out and make a difference. Like I said, I don't know my friend Ron in his race cars, you know, what difference did he make in the world? Well, you know, I kind of think he did make a difference, because whenever anybody has that kind of joy and love of life, it does ripple out to other people. And I think it changes the lives of a lot of people. I want to just close with that Rumi quote. Let yourself be silently drawn by the strange pull of what you really love. It will not lead you astray. So with that, I would ask you to take a deep breath, get comfortable where you're at, and I will do a spiritual mind treatment. And I know there is but one power in the universe. It's the power that created everything, everything and everyone. It is all the good stuff. It's the love, it's the joy, it's the peace, it's the balance, order, all good. And that very power that created everything experiences life in, through, and as its creation, in, through, and as every person. and acknowledging that that power within, with that power within, I embrace this percolating your passion with purpose lesson. Let every decision you make and every goal you set and every aspect of life be guided by what makes you sparkle. This is what I remember. My first step is to give attention to this, my goal, my mold that I made. Then I percolate by spending time embracing the feeling that the manifestation of that prayer elicits. Just allow myself to embrace that wonderful feeling. And from this place of passion, I open myself to what is for me to do. What's my purpose? And I know my purpose is what makes me feel alive. In gratitude, I remember that I am silently drawn by the strange pull of what I really love. So trusting these wise words, I release them now for perfect manifestation. So it is.
The wind that shakes the barley will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley won't shake me. Like my mama told me, this I know and I see. Well, the fire that takes the kindling, it will not take me. The fire that takes the kindling will not take me. The fire that takes the kindling won't take me. Like my mama told me, this I know and I see. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. Rain that floods the valley, it will not drown me. And the rain that floods the valley, it will not drown me. The rain that floods the valley won't shake me. Like my grandma told me, this I know and I see. Hawk that stoops the sparrow, it will not strike me. The hawk that stoops the sparrow, it will not strike me. The hawk that stoops the sparrow won't strike me. Like my grandma told me, this I know and I see. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey. The dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. And the dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. The dark before the dawn breaks, it will not bind me. Like my mama told me, this I know and I see. Well, the wind that shakes the barley, it will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley, it will not shake me. The wind that shakes the barley won't shake me. Like my mama told me, this I know and I see. Oh, 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 oh,
Exclamation point. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Victoria and Scott, and thank you, Reverend Joanne, for that lovely message. Passion, I love it. All right. Let's do our conscious giving. Everybody have an envelope near you, around you, by you. Maybe there's something in it. Maybe it's full of gratitude. Yeah. Let's hold that on our hearts and just feel the gratitude for all that we have, all that we see, all that's coming. And so it is. Let's do our thing.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
We're grateful for the gifts and we're grateful for the givers. Thank you very much. And we have a gift for you. We have the gift of affirmative prayer for you all today and every day, and even in the evening. We have a table up here. If you want us to pray for you, you can write down on the note, and we will pray for you throughout the week. Or you can ask a practitioner or a reverend to pray for you. If you're at home online, you can go to cslminneapolis.org and request prayer for you on there. Let's have our practitioners stand. We have Colleen and Joan, Reverend Joanne, Jeff, Celeste, Reverend Debbie, Dee. I almost made you a Reverend Dee. Dee, and myself, Sue. So take advantage of that. That's really quite a remarkable thing. Those of us that have had things manifest, it's really a remarkable thing that you need to take advantage of. We have announcements today. First announcement, book club. Thursday nights, online, Don Miguel Ruiz's The Voice of Knowledge. If you want more information, you could go to info@cslminneapolis.org. Should I mention that one that you mentioned to me? Hey. Right. Chris has had some medical things going on. We have a card back there for him. So please sign it. We can give it to him today. Save the postage. So we're glad to see you here, Chris. And we're grateful that you're feeling a lot better. Yeah. And we have a new class coming up based on the book, May McCarthy's The Path to Wealth. Powerful book. I know that Reverend Debbie's spoken about it. Reverend Joanne has mentioned it. Are you ready to accept more good in your world? Yeah. Prepared to celebrate the good you already have? Absolutely. Ready to get to know like-minded folks at a whole new level? Uh-huh. This is the 8-week class that you want to take. There are flyers in the back. There is a cost. It's $50, but when you divide that by 8, it's a paltry sum. So it will be online. Yes, it will be starting September 12th. We're going to try 7:30 to 9. See how that works? And your life will be changed. Your world will be rocked. So, gauntlet thrown. It's a Tuesday. Yes. Yes. Any other announcements? Anyone? All right. Bueller. If this is your first Sunday with us, or if you are not receiving our newsletter, please make sure you fill out information at the back table there. Celeste can help you do that too. Because there's some great information coming out every week in an email. All right. I'll pray us out. Reverend Joanne will bless us out, and then we'll have little cookies. Oh, we'll get sung out, musiced out. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah. Me too. All right. So I'm going to pray us out. I'm going to try to remember to say it in first person. If it resonates with you, if you feel that energy, know that it's for you also. So. Infinite energy of the universe. God, Spirit, I know that I am one with you. I know that your energy is my energy. I know that passion runs through me because you are passion. I know that each day, despite appearances, passion is just a quick change of mind around the corner. I know that I take moments to remember my passion. I take moments to embrace and give gratitude for my passion. I'm grateful for this knowing, and I'm grateful for the law that I speak it into, knowing that all I need to do is say the words, and God manifests them to the degree that I expect in them, or even better. I now release these words into that law, knowing that it's already done, and so it is. Reverend Joanne?
And I will leave you with a blessing. May you be at peace. May you know the beauty of your own true nature. May your heart be open. May you be healed. May you be blessed. Namaste.
There is a light inside of you, brother, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a light inside of your sister, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a love inside of your heart, and I don't know if you know there's a love that is so strong. I just thought I'd tell you there is a strength inside of your soul, and I don't know if you know there's a strength inside of your soul. I just thought I'd tell you there is a power inside of us all, and I don't know if you know there's a power inside of us all. And it's time to celebrate, 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 celebrate. There is a light inside of us all, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a light inside of us all, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. And it's time to celebrate. Stand up, celebrate. There we go, celebrate, 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 celebrate. There is a light inside of us all, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. I just thought I'd tell you there is a light inside of us all, and I don't know if you know there's a light that is so bright. And it's time to celebrate.